Hey guys, Brix100 here, back with another GIMP tutorial, and today I'm going to show you how to make a banner in GIMP. And when I say banner, I want to specify, I am not talking about like a Twitter page banner or a YouTube channel banner. I will be doing that next week, included in with other channel art. Today I'm going to be demonstrating a cloth banner well, a cloth banner, something that, like a tapestry. That would be another word for it. Let's call it a tapestry. I'm going to be demonstrating how you can make a tapestry in GIMP. So let's create a new image, and I'm just making it at 1080p resolution. It doesn't matter what size your image is, as long as it's bigger than what the banner or what the tapestry is going to be. And by that I mean let's make a red banner or red tapestry. So I am going to use a darker color. I have one selected from when I was testing this out earlier. So I'm using 160 red, 160 out of 255. And I will make a rectangle that is, let's say, 800 by 400. No, not 400. I accidentally dragged my toolbox out. 200. And so the first step is to create the banner design. And so for this, I'm just doing a simple rectangle, but you could always put a point on the edge, so like that, except that's a crappy drawing. That's bad. So you could always put a point on the end, or give it a border, or actually put detail into this banner. But for the purpose of this tutorial, I am just doing a simple red rectangle. And then, so what you want to do next is, I'm actually going to name this layer banner. And so, let's go to filters, then distorts, and then curve bend. And because this is an older filter, it won't actually preview on the layer itself, but you can see that there is a smaller preview here. And so what I'm going to do is just drag this line up ever so slightly, and then in this middle section bring it down ever so slightly, and then bring this section back up ever so slightly. And so as you can see, it rippled that banner, and so you can actually drag this however you want and twist and distort it to whatever shape you want. I'm just doing this simple design, and it looks like cloth waving in the wind. You can, the same also applies for if you have a banner going straight up and down instead. And so now that I got this banner, I'm going to create a new layer and call it shadow. And I'm going to set its layer mode to darken only. I'm going to switch to black, switch to airbrush. I'm going to use one of these. It doesn't really matter too much. I'm going to use the middle one with the blur around the edge, or as they call it, hardness 50. I'm going to set it to about there-ish. And I am going to draw over it. And so now you see that since it's set to darken only, it's only drawing over top of where we actually have pixels on the layer below. So if I remove this, you can see the whole thing, but now you only see what's on the banner. And you might be thinking, that's too dark for a shadow. So first, to make it look more natural, I'm going to go to filters, then blur, then Gaussian blur, And I'm going to fade it out a bit. I'm going to actually cancel that because I'm on the wrong layer. I'm going to Gaussian blur the shadow. And sure, let's say that's enough. The second thing I'm going to do is lower the opacity of the shadow layer. And so as you can see, that looks better. It's more hidden in there. It looks more like a shadow. And so now, the other thing you can do to make this look more 3D and more realistic is add another new layer and call it light. And so for light, we're going to do the opposite. But instead of adding white to it, I'm going to be adding bright red to it. And so this is a similar concept. You want to add, I'm actually going to undo that. And let's put that like that. Set the layer to lighten only instead of darken only. Go to filters, blur, Gaussian blur, bring the size up. Yeah, let's do that. And then set the opacity down. And so now that I see that light in contrast to the shadow, I'm actually going to go back to the shadow, lower the opacity a bit, go to the blur again, and blur it out some more. Yeah, I like that. So there you go. A simple banner that has light and shadow in it. And so so the reason why I chose to put the shadow here and the light here is because it's raised here and it's lowered here. And so from the way I see it, it looks more natural to have the shadow and the dip and the light and the raise. But depending on where the light is, that might not be true. You can just mess around with that and experiment to figure out your specific banner. Just like how your banner might not just be plain simple red rectangle, yours might have some intricate design on it that you drew yourself, or might have a border, it might have a different shape, or it might have rips and tears in it. You can also do that. I recommend doing those designs before you do the curve, bend, distort though, because it's a lot easier to edit once it's not curved like that. So hope you guys enjoyed. Links are down in the description. Hit like and subscribe. Till next time, bye.